For 3 exhausting hours, I sat alone at a polished oak table, bathed in the warm glow of an elegant chandelier. The soft clinking of silverware against delicate china mixed with quiet, sympathetic looks from passing diners. Couples came and went, raising glasses in joyful toasts, their laughter lingering in the air like a gentle breeze. The waitstaff regarded me with a kind of quiet sympathy, the kind reserved for someone adrift or abandoned in thought. It was our 5th anniversary, a night she had carefully planned. She chose the restaurant, secured the reservation, and sent me a terse message. "Don't be late tonight. This is important." I arrived early, my suit perfectly pressed, a velvet ring box tucked inside my jacket pocket. I had rehearsed my proposal countless times, every word, every gesture memorized. Then, at 10:12 p.m., she entered, but not alone. 3 friends followed her, dressed for a night of celebration, not the intimate dinner we once cherished. She didn't look my way or sit down. Instead, she waved vaguely in my direction, her laugh cutting through the room like a blade. "Look at him," she said, still sitting there like a sad puppy. Her friends burst into loud, unrestrained laughter, showing not a trace of remorse. I maintained my composure, nodded slightly, ordered another scotch, and let the scene unfold. 5 years earlier, we had met by chance in a bustling cafe, both reaching for the last raspberry tart. It was a simple, almost storybook moment that blossomed into something extraordinary. Slow mornings wrapped in blankets, late-night talks that stripped our souls bare. I loved her with a fierce intensity as natural as breathing. She had dreams, her own boutique, and I believed in her vision, perhaps more than she did. 2 years into our relationship, I co-signed a loan to help make that dream real. When the money arrived, she cried and called me her foundation. 3 weeks ago, I quietly paid off that debt. She barely noticed. I ignored the warning signs, her late nights, a new contact on her phone, the faint trace of someone else's cologne. I wove excuses to protect what we had, because love can blind you, but I am not naive anymore. The truth hit me through a voicemail carelessly left on my phone. Her voice mingled with a friend's, Clara, mocking me with cruel delight. "Let's see how long he sits there," she sneered, turning my patience into a joke. I listened over and over, each word piercing, like reading my own obituary. The pain didn't overwhelm me all at once. It seeped in slowly, like drowning beneath cold waves. But pain sharpens clarity and shatters illusions. I acted first. Quietly, I began reclaiming what was mine, small transfers from our joint account, just enough to recoup my investment. I sold digital assets and funneled money into overseas accounts, every move deliberate and unseen. She was careless. Bank statements left on the kitchen counter, emails open on shared devices. She casually revealed her passwords. I gathered evidence, messages, photos, bookings under false names. I prepared legal documents to rescind my support for her loan, citing betrayal. The papers waited with my lawyer, ready to be signed. I strengthened security at home. New locks blocked her access to funds and accounts she assumed were hers. I never confronted her. That night at the restaurant was her final test, and she failed spectacularly. Just as I expected, I paid the bill, left a generous tip, and walked out into the cool evening, a quiet fire burning within me. That was 2 days ago. This morning, my phone exploded. 79 missed calls, 38 texts. Her messages swung wildly between rage, pleading, and empty sobs. But she wasn't at the house. Her key was useless. Her belongings had been packed into garbage bags and hauled away at dawn. I wasn't the one who did it. I brewed tea instead. Her boutique was shuttered, the lease terminated. Employees let go with fair severance. They weren't to blame. By noon, her close circle had scattered. I shared the proof of her betrayal carefully, especially with Clara, who discovered her own partner's name among those motel records, a sharp and devastating twist. Late afternoon, she showed up at my workplace, tear-streaked and desperate. Security turned her away at the gate. From the 10th floor, I watched her shout my name as if it still held any power over me. I didn't respond. Instead, I sent a single message. "I'm here. You're the one left outside. I once loved her, deeply, recklessly, but betrayal is no sudden wound. It's a slow drain. Every ignored suspicion, every forgiven lie, she taught me how it works. I showed her what happens when a patient man becomes resolute, not through blind rage or reckless revenge, but with calm precision, strategic moves, and lawful actions. She can tell her few remaining friends stories of abandonment and heartbreak. She gambled on my silence, mistaking patience for weakness. But a man who waits quietly is a force to be reckoned with. For a while, I let her think she had won. Then I dismantled everything she built. Tonight, I will sleep peacefully, asset secure, mind clear, heart steady. Meanwhile, she will toss and turn, replaying every choice, realizing the true surprise wasn't me. It was her mistake in believing the man who waited was weak when he was only planning his freedom.